across live to the city to speak with our reporter Luke Shrago, who's standing by for us. Luke, what is the latest there in Marrakesh?
Good morning. We arrived in Marrakesh late last night, and the one thing we did notice was that there are signs of visible damage to the city, particularly around the Medina and the Old Town, where these old buildings are located. They're far less likely to take the shock of an earthquake rather than more modern buildings. Now, it does have to be said that we're around about 70 kilometers away from the epicenter, and that the situation in the town, like life is continuing. They have electricity, but there are still these signs of damage. Now, over in the Medina, roughly where we are now, you can see these old buildings. There are signs of like certain walls have been coming down, rather large cracks and fissures. Some of the other houses coming down. It's a major tourist spot here. And the one thing we noticed getting to the airport late on Saturday night was the fact that there are dozens and dozens and dozens of tourists who are now camped out there. They're trying to get out of the country. Very few people willing to stay. Almost everyone now cutting their holiday short and trying to leave. Now, we've seen walking through the streets like piles of debris swept up that they're trying to clean up as best they can. Little piles of rubble everywhere, great amounts of damage to that. And the people themselves, just a few minutes walk from where we are is the famous Jamal Fna Square. Now, out there, we still have people sleeping rough, hundreds of locals who are afraid to go back to their houses. We spoke to them. They told us that they were mostly living in older houses that have been damaged by the earthquake. Visible signs of damage, cracks through the walls. Some of them have collapsed. And they say that while they have no choice but really to go elsewhere, it's going to be a little bit longer before they're happy to go home. The great sense of fear in terms of possible aftershocks. Even at the airport, as we came through, one person screamed, and that was all it took to provoke a mass movement of rush. Everyone ran for the exits, even though it wasn't, in fact, any kind of aftershock. So very much a sense of nervousness in the air here in Marrakesh.
Understandably so, Luke. Thank you for that. That is our reporter Luke Shrago.